Alright chat, today we are watching banned and controversial Fuck! Okay, rewind. Hi guys! Today we are watching banned and controversial foods from Salmonella Academy. Salmonella Academy banned and controversial foods. Let's go! Everyone say hello to YouTube. Alright guys, let's start the video. I have no idea what this video is honestly gonna be about.
Hey Majors, so I'd like to start off with a little biology lesson. When a species finds itself living on an island, it can start to evolve in strange ways based on the different pressures applied by the new environment. This is called island syndrome, and while it can manifest in a lot of ways, the biggest driving force is often a lack of predators. For example, the dodo lost its ability to fly since there was nothing to flee from. The saint killed a field mouse got twice as big since it no longer had to hide. And with no one around to bully them, the Sardinians started putting maggots in their cheese. Meet Casu marzu, literal translation, rotten cheese. It's made by taking a perfectly good wheel of pecorino and letting a special type of fly lay eggs in it. The fly babies then work to partially digest the cheese, rendering it goopy and wet and maybe quite tasty and...
I'm sorry, I thought goopy and wet was funny.
worm-filled. Now, cheese as a concept is already quite suspect. It's clotted milk that you fill with bacteria and mold and let sit for a while. But cheese is safe and delicious. Cheese is my friend. I trust cheese. So my guard would be down around Casu marzu. I've learned to look past a cheese's childhood. Strange upbringings are what give them their character. But it turns out, those maggots are still alive. And if you don't chew well enough, they can cause enteric meiasis, which is a fancy term for fly larvae living in your intestines. Symptoms are similar to food.
Chat, why on earth would you eat cheese with okay, listen, I'd eat this cheese if the larva was gone, right? Like if the worms were gone. But if the worms are there, I'm not eating it. Yuck, you're trying to say you're not gonna try this? I'd try it maybe once. Listen, all cheese has a funky backstory, okay? You have to accept it if you're a cheese lover, a true cheese lover. Ray is a worm eater, don't let her fool you.
Food poisoning, except with the added psychic pain of knowing that, again, your bowels are full of squiggly new friends.
No.
It's for this reason that Casu marzu is banned in the EU and elsewhere. A black market still exists, which is wild, and it's not a small one. In 2019, the illicit Casu marzu trade was estimated to be worth 2 to 3 million euros annually. Personally, I would just do it prohibition style, like definitely don't put these fly eggs on this sumptuous wheel of pecorino. But if you do, you absolutely shouldn't keep it warm and damp for a week. But although it's traditional to leave the larvae alive when you eat your mag and cheese, some consumers still prefer them dead, shockingly. In that case, one puts the cheese in a sealed bag, and when the maggots run out of oxygen, they writhe around and fling themselves all over the place. This is heard as a distinct pitter-patter against the walls of the bag, and when the sound stops, the contents are ready to eat, like popcorn. Shark fin soup is one most...
You're telling me, man, they got cheddar cheese at the grocery store, they got American cheese, and you're gonna go to the black market and buy a wheel of cheese with flies inside of it? Like popcorn? Yeah, the little maggots are just popping around like popcorn. That's crazy, the maggot cheese. Hey, give me a slice of that cheddar cheese.
Most of us have heard about already, mostly in reference to its effect on shark populations and the wastefulness that goes into making it. Until recently though, I never looked into the nature of the dish itself. I figured, right, the fins are just the only part of the shark worth eating. Big whoop, it's probably not much different from like swordfish. Apparently though, I had it backwards. Shark fins aren't even meat. They're made almost entirely of cartilage and collagen. They are the last part we should be eating. That's why it's only made into soup, because without...
This looks disgusting. That consistency looks like it would be so disgusting. The taste of soup comes from the broth, as the fins themselves are almost tasteless. They would probably eat a stingray too. I know that countries do eat like dried up, like dehydrated stingray, Bo. Yeah, people eat shark fins and I hate it since they throw the shark away. That looks nasty.
Without being soaked in broth, it has zero flavor or nutritional value on its own. Their only redeeming redeeming quality is their unique mouthfeel due to how stringily the collagen grows in structures called
They're like
ceratotrichia.
noodles.
The texture has been described as somewhere between chewy and crunchy, which I find describes most things, actually. Other adjectives present on Wikipedia include snappy, gelatinous, and sinewy. The exact sensation of eating this substance
That looks
remains
like
a
a
mystery to me,
tamale.
and the unintended side effect of all this research is that I now really want to try it. Like, it's a big trait.
Chat, I was gonna say, would you try it? Would you guys try shark fin soup once? Like, if someone put a bowl of shark fin soup in front of your face and said, hey, eat this, what, are you eating it? No? Nope? Nope? A bunch of no's? No thanks, save the sharks. I would rather try Stingray once. All right, I see how it is, chat. I see how it is. That's a +1 on the naughty list.
I've got to be the one that's wrong. There is imitation shark fin soup available, but I've already decided that it's not nearly as good, so I've come up with a compromise to this controversy. Everyone on Earth gets just one bite. Say there's 10 bites to a fin, 4 fins to a shark, 200 million sharks die, sure, a necessary casualty, but then we can end the practice forever. All done. You can finally rest, Mr. Ming. Come here, baby. Aw. Ackee. What? Ackee. Where?
Ackee?
The ackee is a fruit originally from West Africa, which is most commonly associated with Jamaican cuisine, where it appears in such dishes as ackee and saltfish. These alien kidneys here are called the arils, and they're the only part of the
I don't know. A first impression, right? I would put that little black ball in my mouth. 100%. Consistency looks good. It's nice and smooth. A large boba. It's a big old boba. That's what I'm saying. I'm intrigued.
fruit that's actually eaten. The
I'm
flavor is on the
intrigued.
savory side, being described as kind of nutty or bean-like. What makes the
Nut-
ackee controversial, though, is the effects it can cause when prepared improperly. If the arils are allowed to completely ripen, they're harmless. But if you eat them too early, or don't thoroughly clean off all the non-aril stuff, they can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness. This disease doesn't sound real. It sounds like it belongs next to Eastern sweats and Tangerian bone grindings, but that's actually an official term, and as for symptoms, it does what it says on the tin. Plus maybe death. While ackee-based products aren't outright illegal in the United States, they are very tightly regulated, and the raw fruit itself cannot be imported. So if you're American and want to try it, your options are fully cooked canned ackee or going to
Okay, so I can buy it in a can. They're just poisonous if not cooked right. Yeah. So I think I can eat them, right? I'm not a great cook, so I probably shouldn't eat these, but I would try one. It's just like a little nutty bean. It's just a big bean.
Florida, where a few people grow it domestically. Next we have bird's nest soup. This is
Of
another
course
one
it's
that
in
I've vaguely
Florida.
heard of, and for years I just assumed the name was a playful metaphor like ants on a log or shit on a shingle. Turns out, nope, this dish contains an actual bird nest, not like a pile of twigs like I was picturing, but rather a specific type of nest only made by
No.
certain species of swiftlets. These nests are mostly made out of mucins, which are a set of proteins that, among other things, serve to thicken all those wonderful
No.
secretions our bodies make. There's a little bit in human saliva, a little bit more in mucus, and in swiftlet saliva, look out, pal. So all the swiftlet does is it finds a nice wall, starts laying out fat strings of slobber, which dry, and eventually she's got a nice place to roost. That is, right up until some gourmand says,
Today I crave bird spit. You can keep the eggs
That's-
though.
and they then
Crazy.
reconstitute it back into its original
Bro,
gelatinous
what?
texture. Unfortunately, these nests can't enter the US since, believe it or not, eating bird saliva is a great way to catch bird flu. And now the time has come to speak of the ortolan. The
Chat, who the fuck sees like a dirty dirt mixed with bird saliva nest and you're like, oh, give me that. That's disgusting. That is so nasty. Don't birds like poop? They're pooping in their nest, they're giving birth in their nest, and then you're eating that? Bro, that's so disgusting. That's nasty. That would so make someone sick. Oh, give me that bird soup. Tastes like chicken?
ortolan is a kind of bunting, which is a sort of passerine, which is a type of bird.
Bird.
They're birds. Like many animals, they have a long history of being eaten by the French, but what separates the ortolan from your average squab or pheasant is the unique way in which it is prepared and eaten. They're typically caught with nets and kept in the dark, which causes them to overeat for some reason. Once it's about
That's
twice as
sad.
fat, the entire bird is then thrown into a container of brandy,
What?
alive, and sealed in. While this serves to marinate the creature, it also drowns in the process, thereby killing
my
one bird
God,
with no
what?
stones. The ortolan is then roasted, plucked, and presented whole to the consumer, who inserts the carcass into their mouth, feet first. As they chew, one hand
Chat, I genuinely want to know, like, who the fuck is eating this stuff? I love how he draws these people looking, like, disgusting, because this is the type of people who eat this. Poor bird. It's the poor bird. word. The French, dude. Yeah, this is just all all French cuisine. Yeah, oh, that was good. French cuisine.
And continues holding the bird's head while the other picks out the larger bones. This whole ritual is usually performed with a towel or large napkin over one's head. There's a few explanations for the purpose of the towel.
Girl,
some say it's just
what?
there to keep the aromas in, while others say it's there to, quote, shield from God's eyes the
I genuinely have no idea what is going on. I could not eat with a towel over my head. That would hurt my neck.
shame of such a decadent and disgraceful act. Yeah, this one I'm okay with not trying, actually. Notable fans of this dish include, not joking, Bill Cosby and the guy who invented the lobotomy. I ought to be part of that social club. Our mission is to eat birds whole and then make people not remember things. Killing ortolans was banned across the EU in 2007, not for any ethical reason,
why are
but because
people doing
French
this
people
to
did this so
birds?
much that the entire ortolan population was threatened. Thankfully, as of 2018, their conservation status is under least concern, so hopefully the French can get back to it soon. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Salmonella. Guys, that was my first time watching him, but I liked it. You know, I feel like maybe I should stop hating on birds on this channel because they're having a rough time and everyone is eating them and treating them really bad. All right, let's go. That art was well done. Yes, it is very interesting. Actually, no one recommended Salmonella to me. I just found his videos under my recommended, but it seemed good. It was funny and also educational. I like that they're short videos. You know, my thoughts on this video though is I would not eat shark fin soup because yeah, I love sharks, and I would not eat a whole bird stuffed in a jar of brandy. I feel like that's just like really fucked up, like really wrong. They drowned the poor little guy in a jar. They put him in a jar. That was a bunch of stuff I never needed to know. I feel like it's fun to watch videos like that because how else would you ever learn about stuff like that? I draw the line at consuming an endangered species if it's still alive and unclean. I feel like the practice of just killing animals while they're still like you know that bird, right? They put it in the jar alive, and sharks, they take their fins while they're alive. I feel like that's just really messed up. Like the least you could do, man, the least you could do is just not do that. But yeah, thanks for watching that.